From way back in the 6th century all the way to the present, the game of chess has not only been a tool for military strategy and a metaphor for human affairs, but also a benchmark for genius and, most importantly, a never-ending source of fascination. Only recently, on the Chess Streamer Awards, the most successful chess streamer and YouTuber Levi Rossman, also known as Gotham Chess, put it like this.
You asked me what the secret was. I think chess is like a game that every gamer plays.
And I think it's not only a game that every player plays, but also a game that every human plays, gamer or not. Today I'm going to prove this to you by taking a look at chess and cognition, chess and the nature of competition, chess and beauty, and finally what chess can teach us about the meaning of life. Let's get into it. You could definitely make the point that chess is to cognition what jogging is to physical condition. And while jogging improves your physical condition by strengthening your cardiovascular and respiratory systems, chess has been shown to enhance memory, fluid intelligence, as well as concentration capacity. So this may sound kind of obvious to many of you at first glance, but it is important to recognize that transferring skills from specific cognitive tasks to general cognition in a statistically significant way is incredibly rare in psychology as a scientific field. According to at least my knowledge, chess is the only game that creates a sufficient number of complex logical puzzles that playing it early in life is even said to increase your IQ score. That in turn means that not only mathematical problem-solving ability is affected, but also seemingly unrelated disciplines like reading skills, or even more abstract ones like resilience when facing complex problems of all sorts. And while chess players have undoubtedly enjoyed all those benefits for about 1500 years now, it does not explain the seemingly immortal nature of the game of chess yet, and why it's more popular today than it has ever been before. This phenomenon is probably better explained by chess and the psychology of competition. So the first, and nowadays maybe most important thing that chess teaches us about competition is that there is nothing inherently wrong with it. In fact, you can make a pretty good argument that we need to compete at the outer limits of our capacity to actually uncover our true innate potential. So while there are many different sports that let us uncover our physical potential, chess is by far the most popular way to uncover our cognitive potential, especially regarding pattern recognition, spatial manipulation, and general memory abilities. And sure, there are lots of people who absolutely excel at chess without being geniuses in any other domains of life. But I think the main reason for that is that they just don't dedicate a lot of effort in other domains, because chess is just addicting beyond belief. And I think one of the reasons for that is the ability of online ranking queues that always let us compete against opponents who are roughly on our own level. Well, mostly at least.
I'm playing Hikaru!
Anyway, this ability to always play with an opponent that is neither too strong nor too weak is one of the main drivers of human motivation in general, captured by the so-called Goldilocks principle that states that human attention is most efficiently captured by tasks which are neither too difficult nor too easy, but just right. But that is only one of the many buttons of human psychology that chess presses just right, because outside of the actual game, we also have the opportunity to learn openings, tactical sequences, or other helpful lessons, which almost inevitably increase our level and create a feeling of self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is the feeling that we are ultimately able to affect the outcomes of our life by increasing our competence, which is not only said to be one of the precursors to motivation in general by the legendary social psychologist Albert Bandura, but also outlined as one of the central pillars of self-esteem, as shown by Nathaniel Branden, the leading authority on the psychology of self-esteem. In terms of self-efficacy, chess is sort of a superior version of life itself, which is oftentimes characterized by uncertainties and unfairness.
It's an entire world of just 64 squares. I feel safe in it. I can control it. I can dominate it. And it's predictable.
The victory in chess is always a direct reflection of your personal competence, not some sort of privilege. And even more importantly, every loss is a lesson to be learned, because unlike life, chess does not contain any sort of random luck or unfairness. Chess therefore teaches us to handle defeat gracefully, but also not to get too drunk on winning. And aside from being the perfect manifestation of victory and defeat within a competition, chess also inevitably proves that some things are worth doing for their own intrinsic worth, because of the inherent experience of flow you have when you engage with them. So while playing chess feels so great due to the human craving for fair and balanced competition, chess as a spectator sport is all about enjoying the creativity and beauty of other people's minds. And one of the best examples for that is the most popular chess format on the internet, Guess the Elo, where we can oftentimes see the momentary brilliance of ordinary people who are far exceeding their own potential.
Spotted! 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 Oh! Oh, yes, take everything.
Or see how they get overconfident due to an early lead and go on to blunder every move that follows. But no matter if it's momentary brilliance or blindness, Guess the Elo shows that everybody has a different, unique kind of chess style, which either reflects our inherent personality or allows us to completely contradict it.
Today, I'm going to be sharing my most prized possession in chess with all of you, the London system.
So aside from wild tactical combinations, genius predictions and heroic sacrifices, all of which are awe-inspiring by themselves, I think the real beauty of chess is a reflection of the beauty within the human mind, just like a classical piece of music or a painting is, which brings me neatly along to the last part of this video. Because while chess reflects the individuality of everyone who picks up a piece, there are also life lessons in it for everyone regardless of circumstance or personality. First of all, chess teaches us the danger of overconfidence and underestimating our opponents. We already touched on that while talking about Guess the Elo, where an early lead can swing towards a catastrophe after even a single mistake that immediately costs us everything. It's easy to see the parallel to life, where we can be riding high one day before a single mistake costs us almost everything. And this is tightly connected to another well-known problem in the world of chess called chess blindness, where we might get so preoccupied with our own plans on one side of the board that we completely disregard what happens on the other side of the board until we get checkmated without even seeing it coming. In life, a very similar thing happens all too often when we are completely preoccupied with one part of our life, let's say our career, that we disregard other parts like our relationships or our friendships. And aside from a total oversight, both life and chess can also be derailed by a lot of little inaccuracies that ultimately pile up into bigger problems that end up costing us a lot. And while all of these analogies are valuable life lessons within the game of chess, I promised you the meaning of life. So I want to end this video by citing one of my favorite passages from Man's Search for Meaning, a book written by Viktor Frankl, who was a psychiatrist and a concentration camp survivor, that goes like this. What matters is not the meaning of life in general, but rather the specific meaning of a person's life at a given moment. To put the question in general terms would be like the question posed to a chess champion: tell me, master, what is the best move in the world? If you want to know more about Viktor Frankl's haunting experiences in the German concentration camps, please consider watching my video about Man's Search for Meaning. And if not, please consider leaving a like and a subscription. It would really mean the world to me.